Aarti. Aarti.
Prabhu Krishna श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की ISKCON फाउंडर श्रील प्रभुपाद की एवं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की धर्माचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासा आदि भक्तवृंद श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री नवदीप मायापुर धाम की श्री मधुरा वृंदावन धाम की गंगा माई यमुना माई की भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की हरिनाम संकीर्तन निज की राज श्रीमद् भागवतम की ISKCON वर्तमान गुरु वृंद की सामवेद भक्त वृंद की गौर प्रेमानंदे गौर प्रेमानंदे गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to the seven devotees all glories to the seven devotees all glories to the seven devotees all glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga all glories to Sri Prabhupada ki Vanja kalpataribhasya kripasintabhyo cha paritana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Radha Daine.
Radha Daine.
Hiranyakashipur Vakshaha.
Hiranyakashipur Vakshaha.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Welcome to our celebration of Govardhana Puja in Diwali in one day. Even though it's on Tuesday, we decided to celebrate it today. And before we start, can I ask everybody to move forward because more people will be coming and they will be wondering where to sit. Okay. More, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all of you. Thank you for coming. My name is Krishna Dulal Das, and you've come to the residence of our beloved Shri Gaura Nitai Ki. And before I continue, I wanted to ask, is there anybody here coming for the first time to our temple here in Ottawa? Anybody here in the back there? Welcome. Hare Krishna. Anybody else for the first time? Some hands. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Welcome. If you don't mind me asking, how did you find out about this gathering here today? Did a friend invite you? Or online? Yes? Online? Online? Facebook? Facebook. Anybody else? Any other medium of coming here? Yes? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hari, friend told me.
A friend told you. Yeah, all right. Good to have friends, for sure. Hare Krishna. Okay, so welcome to all of you. I'd also like to acknowledge our guests here online here. I pulled up my Zoom here, so I should be able to. We've got 5 participants. Vraja-premika, welcome. You're here. Oh, maybe that's me. Okay. We got Madhava Mohini. Hare Krishna. Mother Narasimha, Hare Krishna. Welcome. And Narasimha, Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Well, so we're going to start off by chanting Jaya, Radha, Madhava. And I guess the program for today is we'll have a little discussion. We've got lots to celebrate today, as you can see. And we also have a special game that has been prepared. So some questions. We're going to test everybody's knowledge of Leela a little bit, like Govardhana, Puja and whatnot. So Mother Aarati Janaki has prepared something for that. And then after, we are going to sing Damodar Astakam. So we'll be offering lamb as well for Damodar. And it's very, very befitting because it is also Diwali that's up and coming. They call it sometimes the festival of light or from darkness to light. So here we're celebrating by offering lamb to Lord Damodar. So, and then after that, prasadam will be served. So we'll have some prasadam to distribute to all the villagers of Vrindavan.
Good.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Prabhupada ki Jaya. From Bhagavad Gita, and let me just see if I can pull it up here. So this is chapter 9, Bhagavad Gita, verse 26. Most of you probably know it, so we can do it line for line. Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Yo me bhaktya prayachati.
Yo me bhaktya prayachati.
Tadaham bhakti upartam.
Tadaham bhakti upartam.
Asnami prayatatmana.
Ashnami prayatatmana.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Yo me bhaktya prayachati.
Yo me bhaktya prayachati.
Tadaham bhakti upartam.
Tadaham bhakti upartam.
Asnami prayatatmana.
Ashnami prayatatmana.
Does anybody want to give it a go line by line? Okay, go for it.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Yo me bhakti prayachati.
Yo me bhakti prayachati.
Tadaham bhakti upartam.
Tadaham bhakti upartam.
Ashnami prayatatmanaha.
Ashnami prayatatmanaha. Anybody else?
Okay.
Wait.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam. Yome bhakta prayachati.
Shadaham bhakti
Partam.
Ashnami Prayatatmanaha.
Go ahead.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Yome bhakta prayachati.
Yome bhakti prayachati.
Tadaham bhakti upartam.
Tadaham bhakti upartam.
Ashnami prayatatmanaha.
Ashnami prayatatmanaha. Anthony Prabhu.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Yome bhakti prayachati.
Yome bhakta prayachati.
Tadaham bhakti paritam.
Tadatam bhakti upartam.
Ashnami prayatatmanaha.
Anybody else?
Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Yome bhakti prayachati.
Yome bhakti prayachati.
Tadaham bhakti upaharitam.
Tadaham bhakti upartam.
Asnami prayatatmanaha.
Ashnami prayatatmanaha.
Let's get a few more Matajis. You remember?
Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Yome bhaktya prayachati.
Yome bhakti prayachati.
Tadaham bhakti paritam.
Tadaham bhakti paritam.
Ashnami prayatatmanaha.
Ashnami prayatatmanaha.
Okay, let's do the word for word. Patram.
Patram.
A leaf.
Leaf.
Pushpam.
Pushpam.
A flower.
Flower.
Phalam.
Phalam.
A fruit.
Fruit.
Toyam.
Toyam.
Water.
Water.
Ya. Whoever.
Whoever.
May. Unto me.
Unto me.
Bhaktya.
Bhaktya.
With devotion.
With devotion.
Prayachati.
Prayachati.
Offers.
Offers.
Tat.
That.
That. Aham. I. Uparitam.
Bhakti upartam.
Offered in devotion.
Ashnami.
Ashnami.
Accept.
Accept.
Prayatatmanaha. From one in pure consciousness.
From one in pure consciousness.
Translation. If one offers me with love and devotion, a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. For the intelligent person, it is essential to be in Krishna consciousness, engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, in order to achieve a permanent blissful abode for eternal happiness. The process of achieving such a marvelous result is very easy and can be attempted even by the poorest of the poor, without any kind of qualification. The only qualification required in this connection is to be a pure devotee of the Lord. It does not matter what one is or where one is situated. The process is so easy that even a leaf or a little water or fruit can be offered to the Supreme Lord in genuine love, and the Lord will be pleased to accept it. No one, therefore, can be barred from Krishna consciousness, because it is so easy and universal. Who is such a fool that he does not want to be Krishna conscious by this simple method and thus attain the highest perfectional life of eternity, bliss and knowledge? Krishna wants only loving service and nothing more. Krishna accepts even a little flower from his pure devotee. He does not want any kind of offering from a non-devotee. He is not in need of anything from anyone because he is self-sufficient, and yet he accepts the offering of his devotee in exchange of love and affection. To develop Krishna consciousness is the highest perfection of life. Bhakti is mentioned twice in this verse in order to declare more emphatically that bhakti, or devotional service, is the only means to approach Krishna. No other condition, such as becoming a brahmana, a learned scholar, a very rich man, or a great philosopher, can induce Krishna to accept some offering. Without the basic principle of bhakti, nothing can induce the Lord to agree to accept anything from anyone. Bhakti is never causal. It's never causal. The process is eternal. It is direct action and service to the absolute whole. Here, Lord Krishna, having established that he is the only enjoyer, the primeval Lord, and the real object of all sacrificial offerings, reveals what types of sacrifices he desires to be offered. If one wishes to engage in devotional service to the Supreme in order to be purified and to reach the goal of life, the transcendental loving service of God, then one should find out what the Lord desires of him. One who loves Krishna will give him whatever he wants, and he avoids offering anything which is undesirable or unasked. Thus, meat, fish, and eggs should not be offered to Krishna. If he desired such things as offerings, he would have said so. Instead, he clearly requests that a leaf, fruit, flowers, and water be given to him. And he says, of this offering, I will accept it. Therefore, we should understand that he will not accept meat, fish, and eggs. Vegetables, grains, fruits, milk, and water are the proper foods for human beings and are prescribed by Lord Krishna himself. Whatever else we eat cannot be offered to him, since he will not accept it. Thus, we cannot be acting on the level of loving devotion if we offer such foods. In the 3rd chapter, verse 13, Sri Krishna explains that only the remains of sacrifice are purified and fit for consumption by those who are seeking advancement in life and release from the clutches of the material entanglement. Those who do not make an offering of their food, he says in the same verse, are eating only sin. In other words, their every mouthful is simply deepening their involvement in the complexities of material nature. By preparing nice simple vegetable dishes, offering them before the picture of the deity of Lord Krishna, and bowing down and praying for him, to accept such a humble offering enable one to advance steadily in life, to purify the body, and to create fine brain tissues, which will lead to clear thinking. Above all, the offering should be made with an attitude of love. Krishna has no need of food, since he already possesses everything that be. Yet he will accept the offering of one who desires to please him in that way. The important element in preparation, in serving, and in offering is to act with love for Krishna. The impersonalist philosophers who wish to maintain that the absolute truth is without senses cannot comprehend this verse of Bhagavad Gita. To them, it is either a metaphor or proof of the mundane character of Krishna, the speaker of Bhagavad Gita. But in actuality, Krishna, the Supreme Godhead, has senses, and it is stated that his senses are interchangeable. In other words, one sense can perform the function of any other. This is what it means to say that Krishna is absolute. Lacking senses, he could hardly be considered full in all opulences. In the 7th chapter, Krishna has explained that he impregnates the living entities into material nature. This is done by his looking upon material nature, and so this instance, Krishna, hearing the devotee's words of love in the offering foodstuffs, is wholly identical with his eating and actually tasting. This point should be emphasized because of his absolute position. His hearing is wholly identical with his eating and tasting. Only the devotee who accepts Krishna as he describes himself without interpretation can understand that the Supreme Absolute Truth can eat food and enjoy it. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnanjana Shalakaya Chakshram Vetamena Tasma Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayati Giran Yat Kripatadaham Vande Shivaram Dinataranam Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shimati Niranjana Swami Tinamine Anahata Prayasana Prabhupadasya Tuste Sankirtan Pravritti Arta Ihate Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Sarasvati Devi Gaura Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pastatya Satarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So before I forget, speaking about love and devotion and such things, I wanted to just acknowledge, how beautifully the deities are dressed. It's, I think, to match Govardhana Leela a little bit. They've got the green and wonderful ornaments and garlands to match. And also wanted to say a special thanks to all of the devotees who were here early on throughout the day. And we're preparing the mountain Govardhana, putting Govardhana together. different preparations. I could see there's some halava, there's some fruits and sweets and savories. So we wouldn't have a Govardhan Hill without those devotees who are here early and doing that and making preparations and planning. Some of you have spent a few days trying to put this together, so we thank you. We thank our director, Dina Gauranga Prabhu of Govardhan Puja, who helped us coordinate anything and put it together. So all of you, Hare Krishna, thank you. So this verse, essentially, it's talking about what Krishna is interested in. You know, he's not a very demanding person. He'll take pretty much anything. You can just offer him a flower, you know, a leaf, water, and he'll accept it. But there's one thing that's required, right? That's what Krishna wants. So yes, you could give him water. He says he'll accept water, fruit, leaf, flower. Is there any prerequisite for that? Love, with love. Okay. Devotion, yeah, bhakti. All right. So that's there. So, and it's talking about here. It's a long purport. It goes in detail. And because we're trying to cover a lot of ground today, so we might come in and out of the verse a little bit. A few things that really stuck out for me was this offering of love. How this is something that's really attractive to Krishna. This is what he's interested in. There's another verse in Bhagavad Gita which also kind of talks to this 10:10, Tesham Satata Yuktanam Vajatam Pritipurvakam. And the Lord is saying, for those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, there's that word again, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Right? So he's talking about this relationship can progress. Right? It's there. There's something there. So today, we, as we sent out in the email, we wanted to celebrate a few special occasions. One was Govardhan Puja, which is essentially, I'll give a little synopsis. Govardhan Puja, so little Krishna, back in the day, he was hanging out with his friends and his family in Vrindavan, some 5,000 years ago, maybe a little bit more now. And his father and all the brahmanas were preparing to make an offering. They wanted to worship Lord Indra, perform some sacrifices. And Krishna started asking his father, he said, why are you offering such sacrifices? Is it really necessary for you to do so? And his father said, well, son, it is. It's a ritual. Tradition. We've been doing it for such a long time. So we just want to do it. We want to cover our bases. We want to be safe, just in case. And Krishna was then, he became a little philosophical with his father and started to explain to him that actually it's really not necessary for you to make such offerings. For whenever it rains, I know you're praying for rain to be able to come, but whenever it rains in the ocean, right? And the ocean doesn't need water, right? It doesn't need to be nourished to function. And he speaks a little bit about the modes of nature and whatnot. And finally, he convinces his father that, okay, fine. Because the alternative that Krishna offered, he said, why don't we just, worship Govardhan, right? This is the hill we live here in Vraj. Govardhan is maintaining us. It's over here. We should worship the brahmanas as well, offer some sacrifices. So let's forego this. And his father was saying, okay, maybe we can do that, but just in case, let's make an offering to Indra anyways. And Krishna is saying, I don't think we're going to have time. There's a lot of preparations that need to be made for this. And so somehow he convinced his father that they're just going to do Govardhan Puja. They're going to make an offering to Govardhan Puja. That's Govardhan. And so they performed the ceremony. And then, kind of like in Roman times, when on the third day Jesus rose and the shepherds, they saw him imprinted on the clouds. Jesus came and spoke to everybody. So Krishna kind of appeared in a similar way to the residents of Vraj, right? After the sacrifice was performed, and he was saying, I'm Krishna, I'm here. I'm actually non-different than Govardhan. And so when you worship Govardhan, it's like you're worshiping me. And Srila Prabhupada, here we continue to do this. And in Krishna book, it said, Srila Prabhupada mentions this, the sacrifice known as Govardhana Puja is observed in the Krishna consciousness movement. Lord Chaitanya, which is Lord Chaitanya, is here on our altar. On my left side here, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, which is none different than Krishna and Balaram. They're there. So Lord Chaitanya here. Has anybody here heard of Lord Chaitanya? Who hasn't heard of Lord Chaitanya? Raise your hand if you have never heard of who Lord Chaitanya is. Everybody knows who Lord Chaitanya is? He's popular. Great. Okay. So he appeared some 500 years ago in the guise of a devotee to show us what it's like to cultivate a relationship with the Lord, how to cultivate a proper relationship with the Lord. And he offered us these 9 devotions, right, which is starting with hearing, chanting, worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord, Archanditi worship, Vandanam, Dasyam, what is Sakyam, friendship, Atmanivedana, right, which is sweet surrender, as Bhakti Marg Maharaj calls it. So here, Lord Chaitanya has recommended that since Krishna is worshipable, so his land, Vrindavan, and Govardhana Hill is also worshipable. And also to add to that effect, Prabhupada in many places, he also explains that when we worship Krishna, when we focus our love and devotion on Krishna, it's kind of like watering the root of a tree. When you water the roots of a tree, all the branches become nourished, right? Whereas when you pour some water on a branch, right, or on a leaf, it may offer a little bit of temporary soothing, but it really does nothing to nourish the tree and make it grow. So when we engage in a relationship with Krishna, when we worship Krishna, it's kind of like watering the root of a tree. And naturally, also another analogy that's similar to this is like the stomach, right? If the hands try to enjoy the food, they can't really. They may try, they're going to get very frustrated. The way that the hands can be satisfied is if they serve, they work, feed the mouth, and the stomach becomes nourished and all areas of the body are nourished. So, to confirm this statement here, where Lord Chaitanya is saying Krishna is worshipable, so is his land in Vrindavan, Lord Krishna said that Govardhana Puja is as good as worship of him. From that day, Govardhana Puja has been going on and is known also as Annakuta. Right? You've heard about this? Anybody heard about that? Where food is brought by the villagers and it's shared and distributed to all. So there's that connection. In all the temples of Vrindavan or outside of Vrindavan, huge quantities of food are prepared in this ceremony and are very sumptuously distributed to the general population. Sometimes the food is thrown to the crowds and they enjoy collecting it off the ground. From this, we can understand that prasadam offered to Krishna never becomes polluted or contaminated, even if it is thrown on the ground. So the 5-second rule applies here. Yes. Yes. The people therefore collect and eat it with great satisfaction. So this was one great celebration that we're celebrating, and we're trying to offer Please the Lord, again with love and devotion. And another great celebration, which is actually happening on the same day, depending where you are geographically in the world. But this Tuesday is Govardhana Puja and Diwali. Yeah. So Diwali is, does anybody know what Diwali is? Someone share? Anthony, Prabhu?
Well, after...
Should we get you a microphone? Let's get a Prabhu mic. You want to pass that back to...
After Sri Ramachandra conquered Ravana and recaptured Sita, they made their way back to all the residents of Ayodhya lit lamps in their doorways and all over the city. And Deepawali is also another name. So we offer lamps. Or that's another thing. Damra, mas, but yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Great. Look, I have a microphone right here. So it worked out. And so does anybody know what's the significance? Why is it so important? Who's this Ram character, Ramachandra character? Why do we celebrate him coming from Ayodhya? Anybody else? Raise your hand if you like. Oh, we have let's get you a microphone.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Is that
Krishna? I think we only celebrate because Lord Ram was in Vanvas for 14 years, and then I think he killed Ravana, and when he came back, that's why we celebrate Diwali.
Yeah, we missed him for like 14 years. Finally, he came back, he killed the demon, and it's like, yeah, good job, Ram. Yeah, that's one of the reasons, for sure. What are some of the other reasons? Why is he so celebrated? Oh, we have another. Let's pass on the microphone. Hold on. Maybe aren't so aware. Lord Damodar is none other than Krishna. It's Krishna in his childhood pastime, childhood form. And there was I guess how the story goes, is that, his mother was busy, serving. She was cooking, she was boiling the milk. And somehow Krishna wanted to be fed right away, and it didn't happen, and he threw a little bit of a tantrum, and then he started breaking pots, being a little bit mischievous, and Mother Yashoda, figured, I'm his mother, I have to discipline him somehow, it's my duty. So they started this thing, and they started chasing each other, going around. Mother Yashoda was chasing Lord Krishna, and finally she caught him, and she was going to give him a little bit of a reprimand. She said, okay, during that time, I guess, if you weren't behaving properly, you could get tied up for a little bit. And I don't know if that would go this day and age right now. We get somebody calling child services. But it was totally acceptable. It was good, trust me. It was fine. And anyways, so she went and she was trying to tie him up, and she got the rope. And she couldn't tie him up. For some reason, every time she went around, the rope was 2 inches too short. And then so she got some more rope. And again, it was 2 inches too short. And then she called all of her, motherly friends, and she said, get me some rope. Please come and get me some rope. I need to tie this child. And they said, Yashoda, why don't you just give up? Obviously, you can't tie him. And she said, I must. I have to tie him. I want to know the extent of my son's waist. Right? She said that. And then she got the rope. And so she started to go. And my Guru Maharaj is explaining that there's some different potencies that were at play here. Right? Because Krishna, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he can do anything. And so one of his potency that was present in this pastime was his Vibhuti Shakti, which is known as his amazing, powerful potency of the Lord. So this was the reason why the rope was always 2 inches too short, right? How else can you explain it? No matter, how much rope you would get, it didn't add up. So his mystic, powerful potency was at play. And then he explains that the other potency that was at play was the Satya Sankalpa Shakti, which fulfills whatever desires Krishna has. And at that time, Krishna wanted to play with his friends. Right? He didn't want to get captured. So that's what happened. But then there was another potency that was present, and that was the Kripa Shakti. And that was the potency of the devotee. How she, Mother Yashoda, was so determined. She was perspiring on her face. Sweat was coming down. All the leaves, all the flowers in her head were coming loose. And she was thinking, she was like, I need to do my motherly duty, and I have to take care of my son here. And it's explained how this Shakti feed all those other Shaktis that were there. The Vibhuti Shakti, the Satya Sankalpa Shakti. As soon as this appeared, then those other Shaktis, they went bye-bye. They went gone. This prevailed. And Krishna allowed himself to be tied because he saw the love of his devotee. He saw the love of his mother. Oh, she really wanted to do this. She was so determined. She saw the labor of his mother. And my Guru Maharaj says she was defeated by Bhakti Nishta. Nishta means conviction, right? So the conviction of Mother Yashoda. And for Krishna, he had the Svanishta. He was controlled by the love of his devotee. So, did I get all of the special festivals in this month? I think we did. We covered them all. So we have Govardhana, Puja, we have Diwali, we have Damodar pastime, Damodar Leela as well. And to conclude, I'm going to just say a couple of things to finish. And that's, again, I think the moral of the story is that Krishna is really interested in this love, right? This devotion that's there. And what's most dear also to Krishna is when he sees that the Vaishnavas, his devotees, are engaging in loving exchanges with one another, right? So those are very important for him. This satisfied Krishna, because Krishna likes love. You can approach love, you can offer him a lamp, he's going to accept it. But if you really want to get to Krishna, you have to go through his devotees, right? And this can be done in the atmosphere environment of the temple. This can be done through the medium of the spiritual master, serving Guru. But there's loving exchanges that are at play here. And those loving exchanges, can we name some of them? What are some of the loving exchanges that devotees engage in when it comes to the matters of the heart and love? We can raise one by one. See if somebody could. What's one of the loving exchanges? Yes?
Gifting each other.
Gift, being able to reveal your mind and confidence. I mean, what are friends for? Isn't that what you do with friends? Krishna Seva Prabhu.
It's heart, not mind.
Revealing one's mind and heart, both, I think, right? With confidence. What else?
Protecting.
I mean, that's it. Definitely mine.
So 6. So giving gifts, accepting gifts, offering prasadam, accepting prasadam, revealing one's mind and confidence and heart, and revealing and inquiring in confidence also, right? So those are there. And my Guru Maharaj was saying how actually those last 2, revealing one's mind and inquiring with confidence, these are essential. You know, if you don't have that, if you don't have friends that you can do this with, he was saying, that must be hell. Right? It must be hellish. If you can't reveal your mind to somebody in confidence, he says, because you're afraid that as soon as you say something, it's going to end up on Facebook, right? And everybody's going to know about it, or some gossip. And it's difficult. How can you speak about loving relationships? So I like the point Krishna Seva Prabhu made. He says, is it just revealing one's mind? Right? Do we just reveal our mind and say, well, you know, this is bothering me. This person is bothering me right now. I don't know, you know, if you can find some way of criticizing somebody, you know, can you believe that person and their haircut? I mean, like, look at that hair, you know, like, or you know, whatever, right? So this isn't revealing one's mind, right? This is, Prabhupada gives an example of this. This is like a frog, you know, that's making sound, that's croaking and invoking death to come, because he's letting the snake know, right, that he's there, right, making sound specifically. So revealing one mind specifically, in the context of Krishna consciousness, is Krishna Katha, right? So speaking about Krishna, so actually celebrating these special occasions like Govardhana Puja, Diwali, talking about the wonderful qualities of Lord Ramachandra, of wonderful Krishna, you know? Also revealing one mind, it could be praising devotional service. There's actually a place in the Chaitanya Charitamrita where it says that pure devotional service is so potent that even by hearing about it, right, by speaking about it, by thinking about it, right, by appreciating those that you know, perform devotional service, he says, even one who is inimical or hates the Vaishnavas, it can be liberated. I'd have to find exactly the quote. I'll see if I can pull it up at some point. But something to that effect. You know, there's even great benefit if you think about somebody who's performing devotional service. Really, like, it's a life of optimism. It's wonderful. So those are some of the exchanges that Srila Prabhupada is facilitating in his Hare Krishna movement, in his ISKCON society. You can go anywhere to any of the temples, and these are the topics that are discussed. This is the focus. This is the spiritual solution to everybody's problems, because they are there. All of this gossip, all of this news, fake news, whatever news, it's out there, right? And you can't avoid it. This is the only place of shelter where you can come together and experience love. Practice together. Be in association of those devotees who are consciously trying to practice bhakti yoga. So with that said, I'm going to pass it on to Mother Ekarani Janaki, speaking on topics of Krishna consciousness. We're going to have some, I hate to say trivia.
Transcendental trivia.
Yeah, because Mother Lakshmani, she says, trivia, that's weird. There's really nothing trivial about Krishna consciousness, right? But we'll play a little question game. We'll do that together. And then after we'll offer the lamp and we'll sing Damodarastakam, and then prasadam will be served. So, Hare Krishna. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. We have quiz, spiritual quiz. One part about Diwali and second part about Govardhana hill. And we have basket behind. Everyone who has right answer will have some sweet. I don't know how we just Mataji, I'll ask you distribute sweets in the basket.
And don't eat before the Devis are closed. And don't eat right away. Or you can eat.
Yeah, you can eat them afterwards. Don't eat them right now. I know it's going to be enticing and you're going to want to eat it, but we'll wait for Prashad.
So we have question. If someone knows answer, just raise your hand. And I choose only one person, so don't be offended. First question. What is a diya? First, a small clay lamp. Second, a dessert dish. Third, the clothing worn at Diwali. For a popular food eaten in the holiday. I want someone new person, please. One. A small clay. Yes. Could you take basket and yes. Prabhu, dessert right number.
Sahel Prabhu can hand out the
thanks. Second question.
And then raise your hand.
Which of the following is not something used to celebrate Diwali? First, candles and lights. Second, fireworks. Third, flowers. Four, pumpkins. Yes, Mataji in green, please. Pumpkins, yes, right. Third question. From what language is the name Diwali derived? Sanskrit, Prakrit, Apasabha, Marathi, I don't know of this. Yes, Mataji. First one, which language? Yes, so Mataji is our... Okay.
Yeah. Which oil is traditional when lighting lamps in honor of Diwali? First option, corn oil, olive oil, mustard oil, or ghee oil.
Please, Prabhu, in black shirt. Yes, which lamp? Or which oil? No. Yes. This is multiplied choice. Mustard oil and... Okay. Yes, okay, Prabhu, please.
Vegetable oil.
Kerosene oil.
Sita, the wife of Lord Ram, is an incarnation of which goddess? First Saraswati, second Kali, third Lakshmi, fourth Durga.
A boy in green. Lakshmi, yes, right.
Where outside of India does the largest Diwali celebration take place? England, Malaysia, USA, or Canada?
Canada.
Raise your hand.
Okay. Kyle.
Canada?
No, it's not correct question. Okay. Oh, little girl.
It's a
little girl.
take place, the largest celebration.
Which?
Malaysia.
Mama, you can see this is correct.
England, Leicester,